This is CBS News Bay Area with Juliette Goodrich.
And good evening. From deadly crashes to flooded roadways, we've seen plenty of damage from the rain we've gotten the past few days. In fact, we have video to show you from Citizen app. It shows a tree that came down in Pacific Heights in San Francisco. And tonight, a relative calm between two storms that's not going to last for long. The next serious round of rain is still ahead, so let's get right to First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Hagan with the timing of it all.
Jules, just showers across the Bay Area this evening, but that next wave of heavier rain is going to be with us for the morning commutes. Why tomorrow is a First Alert weather day. Here is the shower activity on First Alert Doppler. And notice around Sacramento, they've had a couple hours worth of thunderstorms around the capital city over the past about 2 or 3 hours. We just have spotty showers in the North Bay, not much more than some intense sprinkles, but there are some more showers about to hit the coast of Marin County and some more showers in the higher elevations of the Santa Cruz Mountains, which is where you would expect the rain to fall. We are going to see more of this activity through the rest of this evening, and then heavier rain is going to develop later tonight. Futurecast shows that continuing to approach the coast as we head towards early tomorrow morning. But really, the most intense rainfall is going to line up in conjunction with the peak of the morning rush hour. We're not going to see that heaviest rain pushing all that far inland, but most of the Bay Area is going to see additional measurable rainfall on top of what we have already picked up. Let's take a look at those amounts. Since the showers began on Sunday, almost 1 inch of rain in San Jose, but you're the lowest amount at 9/10 of an inch of rainfall, which by itself isn't bad. Just over an inch of rain for Redwood City, between an inch and a half inland in the East Bay, approaching 2 inches of rain in both Oakland and in San Francisco, with higher amounts the farther inland you go in the North Bay and the higher elevations as well. Over 3 inches of rain so far in Santa Rosa, helping to put a dent in the rainfall deficit that we've been talking about so far this rainy season. These numbers were at 20 to 40% of normal rainfall just last week. Now we started to get a little bit closer to what's average with that next wave of rain on the way tonight and tomorrow. Details on how long it's going to last with a longer look at Futurecast in just a few minutes.
Paul, thank you. The weather here also causing big headaches at Bay Area airports as the holiday travel rush is certainly ramping up. SFO is seeing the most impacts. We checked, and 300 flights have been delayed and 5 canceled. Oakland and San Jose Maneta each seeing around 3 dozen delays so far. So travelers have been left scrambling with the delays. One traveler we spoke with had her flight from the Philippines to SFO delayed by 3 hours. She told us it caused her to miss her connecting flight to go back home to Los Angeles.
I think it will be better if they're going to tell us what's going on in order for us to prepare also, because what's going on right now is not good for me because I need to cancel my first flight and I need to rebook another ticket.
So because of today's weather, the FAA issued a ground delay at SFO due to low ceilings. At last check, departures to the airport are delayed by more than an hour. All right, turning to other news. More so than most transit agencies around the country, BART's revenue model has always depended heavily on rider fares, and that's why the pandemic hit BART especially hard. That's also one of BART's latest priorities, making sure everybody that's riding is actually paying to do so. Max Darrow has a look at the plan.
Twice a day, 5 times a week, Matthew Olachea finds himself on a BART train.
Gotten a lot better.
The doors are closing.
His daily commute takes him to San Francisco from the East Bay and back. But before his ride, he swipes his Clipper card at a fare gate. It's standard procedure. It's how you pay. But there are a lot of people who don't.
It's definitely, a problem.
But these gates that Olachea pays to go through, but many people just hop over, are in the process of being phased out, starting at the West Oakland station. BART is about to begin field testing these new fare gates.
I really hope that the implementation of this project shows that BART is listening to our riders and that we are putting their safety first.
BART spokesperson Chris Filippi says these new fare gates will make it harder for people to fare evade, which should improve security.
They're much taller, they're stronger. It's going to be much harder to climb over these. It's going to be much harder to find weaknesses once we get to the final versions that we implement at all of our stations.
He also says the new gates will benefit BART's bottom line.
So much of our budget, more than 70% of our budget pre-pandemic, our operating budget, was paid for by fares. So if everybody's not paying, that creates a real budget challenge for us.
The current system in place, says Filippi, makes it tough for BART to measure the impact that fare evasion has on the agency's finances.
I think a good way to look at it is if you talk to BART riders, almost every BART rider has seen someone fare evade. And it's a very widespread problem.
The plan is to field test these prototypes in West Oakland, finalize the new design, and then upgrade the entire system by the end of 2025.
We're looking to install and replace more than 700 fare gates at 50 stations across our system.
Back on board, Olachea sees how the move could benefit BART.
I'm sure it's more of what they want. You know, they're getting more people to pay for the service.
But is it the antidote the agency needs to get more riders on board? Not on its own, says Olachea.
Increasing their quality of service would probably help. Just more consistency in the train times, a little bit more frequent communication about the delays.
He says he has noticed various ways BART is working to improve the system.
It's probably been going on for about a good 4 or 5 months now.
Most notably,
A lot more of the like crisis intervention people and a lot more police presence on BART.
he's curious to see if and how the newest approach makes an impact.
So BART says the fare gate prototypes at the West Oakland station should be up and running by the end of the year. Well, last month, we went in depth on BART's past, present, and future in our series, BART on the Brink. You can find all of those stories on our website, KPIX.com. So today, California's Attorney General announced he will not seek criminal charges in a high-profile police shooting in Vallejo. Detective Jarrett Tunn shot 22-year-old Sean Monterosa in a Walgreens parking lot in June of 2020 during a night of protests after the murder of George Floyd. Ton fired 5 rounds from the back seat of a police vehicle over the shoulder of the driver. Today, Attorney General Rob Bonta said there is not enough evidence to support criminal charges. Ton was fired last year after third-party investigators determined he violated department policies. But back in September, he got his badge back, plus back pay, after a second investigation came to the opposite conclusion. So a lawsuit has just been filed in the case of the Dolores Hill bomb skateboarding event. More than 100 people were arrested when the unsanctioned meetup got out of control this summer. Ann Makovic joining me now on the lawsuit and also the city's response.
Yeah, most of the people arrested in this incident were minors, and their parents thought the police response was heavy-handed. So now it's up to the courts to decide. This happened in July, an annual gathering of skateboarders who fly down the Dolores Street Hill. But this year, things escalated. The arrest of one teen set off additional confrontations with police. Then came more officers with riot gear, tear gas, and batons. Hundreds of young people ignored the orders to disperse, and eventually more than 100 were arrested. Now 4 of them are named as plaintiffs in a class action suit against the city.
Being held by them for hours, not knowing what was going to happen in the cold at night, not being dressed for the cold, and I hadn't eaten since the morning because I wasn't planning to be out that late, was terrifying.
The lawsuit seeks damages for pain, suffering, anxiety, and they want their police and fingerprint records to be destroyed. So far, the city hasn't said much, just that it will respond to the lawsuit in court. Our Kelsey Thorwood was at that press conference. She's going to have more on the lawsuit tonight on the primetime edition at 8 o'clock on PIX Plus.
That was truly a day that altered our times. 1948, KPIX went on the air.
And this Friday, KPIX turns 75. And to commemorate this milestone, we are sharing some little scene footage from our archives 30 years ago. A little girl kidnapped at knife point from her home in Petaluma. It is one of the city's most famous residents that came forward to help. In 1995, 12-year-old Polly Klass was abducted from her bedroom in the middle of the night. Well, thousands joined the search effort to find her, including the actress Winona Ryder. She came by our studios to explain why to reporter Hank Plant.
We talked with Ryder here in the Eyewitness Newsroom about her identification with Polly.
I just felt, I hesitate to say connected, but when I saw some footage of her doing a play and acting, and I was 12 when I started acting, and I started acting in Petaluma, so I felt like we had a lot in common, and her parents told me that it was her one wish was to meet me, that I was her favorite actress, and so now I feel like it's my wish to meet her.
The actress offered a $200,000 reward for Polly's safe return, but tragically, she was found murdered. Ryder subsequently starred in the 1994 film adaptation of Little Women because it had been Polly Klaas's favorite book. The film was dedicated to Polly.